you received like
Yeah.
thing about pricing,
Yeah.
like, and Tommy's handling that. So it's
Gotcha.
really cool for him to be here.
Yep. Thank you so much. Yeah. So just to give you an overview as to why all of us are here today.
Hmm.
Thanks everyone for first of all being here, for taking the time, for participating in today's call. Basically, this is the first of a few training sessions that I planned on scheduling for the support team, just to gain some headway on our learning and development initiative for Q1. And not only will this help us to keep up with product rollouts or technical changes, but it will also be really beneficial for us to learn more on newer customer use cases, specific troubleshooting methods or techniques, yeah, stuff like that, which will lead to more documentation down the road. So yeah, really pumped for it. Looking forward to learning everything on PSG, the freemium service, the UX delights that you guys have been rolling out. So yeah, I will now give the floor to Angie. Angie, the floor is yours. Feel free to uh,
Yeah,
take it
I
away. Yeah.
will. I will do my best. I will do my best. I'm just trying to get this one last slide up so I can share. I will share my screen with you guys. I have a small presentation.
Thank you.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, and just some additional context
Mhm.
in regards to PSG and freemium. I think you guys have already noticed that lately we have received quite a few tickets on anything freemium related, and unfortunately we didn't really have like proper context as to what it deals with.
Yep.
So we ultimately ended up reaching out to, say for example, either
Yeah.
you or Rafi or Tommy. So yeah, just want to like bridge that gap and make sure everyone remains aligned, like from a
Hmm.
learning perspective. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. I think we're still like, no pressure on you guys. Like we're still figuring out how we handle uh the new sign up, the new PhD motion.
Yep.
Like we're getting more and more sign up. We're getting gonna share my screen. um we're getting a lot of good traction, but ultimately, yeah, we we just right now we're really just 2% handling it,
Yeah.
um on the non-product stuff, right? And Tommy is the one really spending most of his time in the customer facing discussion.
Yep.
Can you see my screen? Can you see the slides?
Yep. We can.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Thank you.
So yeah, so I think what's important to know is that we are all learning this new motion and this new strategy. So
Mhm.
any feedback you have, feel free to share. And also, like most of the support tickets you will see from these people,
Yep.
these users, they are not under SLA. These are not customer yet. So it's more like pre-sales work. So we need to be quick. And that's why I think to some of you, I just said, hey, can you just CC or forward that email, that ticket to Tommy so that he can
Got
handle it as part of the pre-sale work? Because it's really not like product related stuff. And even if it's product related stuff,
it.
um, we don't want to like kind of create a bug. I mean, if it's a bug, yes, but like create a ticket, investigate, etc. We just need to fix quickly. So
Yeah.
the STM team, right? See, the market team is working a bit differently than the other team
Yeah.
so far. We of course we are working with sprint, but our sprint are kind of very open. So
Yeah.
it happens all the time that we push new tickets during the sprint. We pick them up and we fix the things because yeah, because now the product is working 24/7 like you guys. So it's like
Gotcha.
no
Yeah.
there is no break for, because it's live. People can sign
Good.
up at any point at time. So we need to be quite fast at fixing things, right?
Gotcha. Yeah. And just one small point on this, something
Hmm.
that I haven't done yet myself, but probably will definitely come in handy just to maybe set up an automation for tickets that involves freemium customers that will automatically add you and Tommy as a CC in there.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
that's something that I believe I can just take a look at later tonight and
Yep. Yep.
fix up.
Yeah, that would be excellent. That's a great idea. I know I have this set up for a few of my customers I'm
Yeah,
watching, so it's
yeah,
yeah, that's
gotcha.
really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, so and also I think one thing you can do to get used to like this experience is just to sign up as well.
Okay,
So just don't be shy, like create an instance for yourself and just look at how it look. Basically, so just a bit of background, right, on why we're doing that, etc. So the
yes,
main reason is that we're trying to capture new customer directly through the product. So up until now, the way Newscred CMP was sold was through very long sales cycle process where there is an RFP, we reply to the customer, and then after 3 months, maybe they sign the contract and they get access to our product.
got it.
The idea with the whole STM, so we call STM is a seed the market team, right? The squad, and the PSG is a product sales growth motion. So it's like the strategy that we put in place.
Okay.
And the PSG, which I know some of you are soccer fans, so
Yep. Paris Saint
sorry about
Germain.
sorry about that. I'm not PSG fan. I will use it just for now. Is that we want to expose the product as soon as possible, and the goal of Q4 was for us to create this sign up flow, right? Like to allow anyone creating an instance in few minutes,
Yep.
not even few seconds, and access the product. So on the welcome website now you will see get started free. And from the get started free, the user land on this sign up page that anything you will see,
Yep.
like Zendesk has this, right? Any of the tool we use, actually all the SaaS product, they
Yep.
have this. So the user can sign up, right? First name, last name, work email, and company name. They are all mandatory. So this is why I think we want to keep like the quality of the sign up at the minimum of this. We also
Yep.
introduce a sign up with Google, so they can also quickly sign up here with Google. And and once they sign up, then they will get basically access to a product that is a little bit uh, less than what they get like the full product. So it's like a
Got it.
minimum
Yep.
product, a minimum platform. And you see it's all welcome colored, welcome logo here.
Yep.
And this is my instance, and you see that some modules are locked. So I cannot get access to ID Lab, Marketplace, Analytics, and Request
Yep.
until I become a paid customer. But still, I have access to calendar, campaigns, task, and library
Mhm.
with most of the features. I would say features that are not available are the advanced features. So you can see here on the right side that like some of the settings are not there. For example, one of the big things that is not there is in the user management, you don't have the user roles
Yep.
here. So you cannot make someone like 10 people admin, for example.
Got
Um, so that's kind of some of the limitation of that free version. And just also, I think it's important to mention the when you sign up through the website, you are limited to 5 users in your instance.
Okay.
It's a soft limit, right? They can go over it, but basically we are monitoring this number. And if someone goes up, then we will ask them, hey, either you need to delete a user or either you need to pay us
Yep.
at this point, right? So that's really the product they get. As I said, like again, you see organization. If you go to any of our customer, you will see that organization tab has much more
Yep.
stuff in there. So we're trying to keep things very simple, removing all the advanced features that are useful for enterprise customer,
Yep.
and keeping it like just as simple as possible because the product is already very complex. So the less is better in that case.
Yep. Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, so that's kind of from the product perspective. Let me come back to my slide. So
Anji, I had a question.
yeah,
Sorry to butt in, Anji.
sure. Go ahead.
So the other day when I spoke to you, I had this confusion regarding a user who tried to sign up using his Gmail account, and like, is it like a mandate to sign up from the work email, or like?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it was kind of weird to me. So I guess there is there is I think there is only one way I can see this happening, is that if I am signing up for free and then I invite someone that has a Gmail address, this person will be able to use their Gmail address. But to create an instance, you need to validate your domain, like your domain name, your yeah, your enterprise account, enterprise email address. So you cannot sign up with any generic emails like Yahoo Mail or Gmail, etc.
Gotcha.
Oh, there was a Gmail option earlier, if I'm not mistaken, like when signing up, like sign in
Oh
with.
yeah, so there is a sign up with Google, but this is still limited to sign up with Google where Google is used as your auth method,
Working.
right? Yeah,
Okay.
but it still has to be an enterprise account. So if it's Gmail, it should not work. If it is working, then it's a bug. We need to fix it.
Okay.
Sorry, Anji, for interrupting, but just so I understand, because I was not aware of this, you can add Gmail accounts once the first person has signed up as additional users.
Yeah,
Why are we allowing that?
because you can work with your agency, your freelancers, and all that type of people.
But are those people usually have @Gmail accounts?
They might, yeah, they might.
Okay, all right.
So we're not putting any limitation in this, but that's
Okay.
fine. I mean, even like if you go to Shell or G Healthcare instances, you will see that some people have like generic email address here. What we
Okay,
want
cool.
to block is just creating the whole instance. So we make sure we capture that information.
Got it. Anji, thank you.
Cool. Sure, no problem. So just a little bit of background in what we did last quarter. So the goal was to launch. We launched with a bit of delay, about 20 days of delay. The self sign up experience that I just show you now, it's much better than it was 2 months ago. But that was basically what we did. So we launched the team in October. In about a month, we were able to have the self sign up experience, so creating an instance, and we were starting to drive traffic from the welcome software website so this website also was launched around November, and so this whole process of signing up, etc., that was November. December was just refining the whole thing, and right now we are in the MVP phase, which means like we are really close to something where first we're proud, but also that is working properly to get the user activated. And so now we are seeing we're seeing a lot of traction, right, at the MVP. So for example, here is this week activity. So these are self-service without new credits last 90 days. So we had over 184 sign up accounts, new accounts created. Some are very active, like for example, these guys have 5 users in the platform using it quite a lot. You can see like 27 days of activity. And we also had very large companies signing up. They are way less active, of course, but it's very interesting to see that these large companies are also signing up, and we're working on making them more active in the platform. But yeah, getting a really healthy account sign up, and if I look at the visitors from that same segment, we'll probably be at over 200 now. Yeah. So that's the number of the number of users out of the 200 and the 180 instances created. Okay, so that's normal to see more activity and to see some like tickets coming in. I think it's very important for you guys to let us know if you're seeing too many of these tickets that are not well informed, etc., so we can discuss with the exec team about resourcing, about how we make sure we don't lose track of this, because I understand that these type of requests do not go in your day-to-day type of feature, not feature request, but ticket support thing. So it's, yeah, feel free to reach out, feel free to let us know if something is weird. Always happy to chat about this and, you know, get feedback.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Cool. So this was like kind of the background. So yeah, where we are right now. So we're almost end of the month of January. So that was our line to get all of this stuff in there. So we're pretty much there. So we pushed stuff, and so now we have almost all this flow. So sign up. It was I just shown the guided tour inside the platform. So when you are in the platform, we have this unique Pendo guide that is only for the freemium, right? Where you discover the platform, and you have like guided information that are, I probably already played out some of this, so it might not be all showing up, but you know, you have things to discover like, hey, this is comments, wow. You know, and if you go to a task, you will get, it should be, yeah, so you get like, oh, what's the task? And so you see it's a very smaller guided tour that are for first-time users. So we are not putting them too much information. So you don't see like all the other Pendo guides that are for the new feature. So we're trying to educate them. Also here you see in the help resource, they have knowledge base, contact, support, customer support, and then they have start product tour. So then they can restart this stuff, right?
Wow. Nice.
So these are some of the things that we kind of do in the freemium only instances, so that we can drive them. This unlock button is also something we capture. So it's like if you want, what's up? Did it deactivated already? No, okay, that's weird. So you see, so like this message here is not going to you guys, it's going to be captured in Pendo. So we have a way to capture whatever they say here. But yeah, so that's just wanted to show you some of this. So this is part of this walkthrough guided tour. We also have, whenever you create an instance for the first time, you will have best practices or sample data that is inputted in your instance automatically. So let's look at this. For example, the workflow, you will get 4 workflow that you can use, right? That are standard workflow that we provide you, that you can change, you can edit, you can do whatever. Same thing for labels. We provide you a list of labels that you can reuse. And they are, like right now, they are very focused on sport, but they are going to be updated to be a bit more generic. You have also a set of custom fields that you can use, a set of brief for your campaign and task, right?
Gotcha.
Oh. Why it's this showing up? So routing rule should not be showing up. This is a bug. So I need to fill it. Sorry, that's good. Actually, let me just boom. I'm not even going to create a ticket. Just give me a second, because this is pretty, I don't like this. Sorry, live debug, life of
Everybody that's on this line should be the one receiving your issue.
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not going to create a support ticket, guys. But, just going to send that to the team.
Thank God.
So Anji, just to clarify, could you like shed some light as to what the problem it is that you are reporting right now to STM? Yeah, like is it some sort of template that's missing out from this particular view, or like?
No, so basically you see the work request module is not activated, so I should not be seeing the routing rule.
Got it.
That's more like of a logic of activating. So, you know, I'm not sure if you saw that, but we recently implemented in the instance manager a way to upgrade the
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you saw that, right?
Yep, yep.
So basically, I think that might have introduced this thing,
Okay.
because again, like, we're trying to make it simple. For example, when you go to add a social CMS, you don't, or a social accounts, you don't see the SMMS, you
Yes.
don't have the API, you don't have the Salesforce stuff. So same thing, the routing rules were not part of the freemium experience, because routing request is disabled.
Okay. So like under instance manager, I believe uh, like someone from the team was investigating a case on this, and like there's a separate module tab, right, which gives you like permission
Yep,
to like provide
exactly.
to certain
Yeah, yeah,
users. Yeah. Okay.
exactly.
Got it. Thanks for clarifying. Thank you.
Sure. So yeah, just to finish on the sample data, so you can see, like, here we have and actually there is something that is interesting for you, and Tommy was the one working on it, but he probably will reach out to you guys for some guidance.
Yeah.
So we put a campaign inside the platform that's called Welcome How To Guide, and it's basically a campaign that has tasks which are copy from um, the support all article. So here's how to use Welcome to create a blog article. And if you go in there,
Yep.
this content is from the support all page.
Okay.
So what we will want to do is to create multiple tasks that are explaining, like, the big things, right? We don't want to go to the very specific detail, but we can say, hey, this is how you can do this is how you can do that, etc. So I think that's kind of a very interesting path between the STM team and your team,
Yeah.
because we want to educate users directly in the platform as well.
Yeah. Simple yet informative. Yep. Gotcha.
Mhm. So let's go back to our flow. So we were here in the best practice. Now, so this is happening outside the platform, but so I think something you also should know, we are using intercom um, just for the freemium instances to manage the reach out to them. So basically, all the users um, who are in the instance, in the freemium instances, you see, like, I'm here.
Yep.
And so if you guys have used intercom in the past, so we are using intercom for our freemium, so that we will help with communication. At some point, maybe we can link it with Zendesk. I know there is, like, intercom Zendesk um, integration, but for now we are keeping it out. It's just Tommy and I that are going to use this for communication that is more like sales related communication with all these leads.
Yeah. Just one
Yeah.
quick question, Angie, if you don't mind.
Mhm.
So like I got like the first three parts in regards to the whole ecosystem, but when you guys are reaching out to customers, is it based solely on like adoption matrix or like usage, or like are there any other variables that are at play here? Like if it's about big companies, are they the ones
Yeah.
we reach out to the most, or like?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. So basically, we have a goal. I can show you quickly this. That's from the board meeting. But basically, so the way we are looking at what we call the PQL, which are the product qualified leads, is an enterprise or agile account. So they are like in our target segment.
Okay.
And these are the thing we're looking at first. Is like, are they creating campaign? Are they creating task? Or are they inviting members?
Oh,
Or are they coming back 7 times in the first 10 days? So we use Pendo, and we also have a Periscope dashboard if you'd like to monitor. It's called Trial Instance Dashboard. All right, and so in there we can monitor what each account is doing, what the users are doing. So for example, if I'm here, I can see, like, this instance has invited 5 users, this instance has 5 users, etc., right? And then, of course, Tommy especially is looking at this, what you call the big enterprise. So the big guys we are looking at we have a spreadsheet. It also flow to Salesforce, but
okay.
yeah, we're tracking all of them. So recently we had AT&T, Autodesk, Wayfair, like some also like enterprise companies that are making some very significant amount of revenue. So I don't know, I'm just trying it, like Autodesk, $3.3 billion. So all of them are priority, even though they are non-active in the product, we are reaching out to them. And so also you should know that for now, because we're still learning everything, we are reaching out to everyone.
Okay.
We're just communicating with them, asking them if they have feedback, if they have like questions, etc.
Unless they're a competitor. If they're a competitor,
Yeah.
you know, we'll probably actually still reach out to them too,
Yeah.
but not you know, to
yeah,
pay for it.
competitor or this type of guy, like where is the
Yeah, there's one that's profane.
yeah, like where is it? I hate this guy. I want to find
It should be on the
to find
right-hand
it.
side, actually,
want to
Anji.
Oh yeah, it's here. You see this guy?
It's, yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, that was one. Like that was the only one out
Should
of
probably just
almost-
delete that at this point.
Yeah, I mean it's deleted from Instance Manager. It's just not synced here, but that's
Oh, okay, good.
I'm just keeping it for like souvenir, you know.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. I mean, it's you know, my previous experience, I worked in that type of self-service product, and we got that all the time. Like you will find people that just say some, like this is not nice, but you have people that will say something like, I don't know, like in first name, last name, they will say, your mother, for example. You know,
Oh, wow.
I don't know. So it's kind of I take it with a grain of salt, right? I'm there. It's not personal, I guess. I hope, but it's part of the thing. And I think what's interesting is that we get only one of these very ugly one, but most of them are actually putting the real name from their company name and their real name as well. We have some other that have used like weird stuff, but most of them are actually using the real company name. So.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying.
Where am I? Nope. So finishing the flow, just so you know what the goal of all of this is there is really two things we're tracking. I mean, two important stuff is like bringing them to invite teammates, because we believe, and that's assumption, that they're going, like those users, those sign up are going to be more successful if they invite users. So that's why we released this new invite teammate thing. So it's right now it's only available for freemium instances.
Yeah.
And also we have now the capacity to invite, and I demoed that at demo day, but like you can invite anyone directly from
the drop down,
right? From this drop down, from every drop down, you can invite people.
Wow.
From here, from the share, from the watcher drop down. So it's
is this only in freemium, Anji? Or like, sorry, I must.
So this is currently in freemium only and beta from Martin Test Group and Newspread. We are waiting a feature flag, and we are going to beta it for all customers, and we're going to GA it later, probably in February. It's always going to use the default role of the instance, right? It's going to use this default role. Yep. Whatever is the default role of the instance is going to be the one where they can invite.
Okay.
And the idea is just to allow people to invite in context, like, oh, you're creating a task, oh, you need this guy to take action. So he's not in your instance yet, just invite them here.
Yep.
Right. Same thing for campaigns, etc.
Yep. This is definitely something that we will need to update in knowledge base before the GA release.
Yeah. I'm going to like once the feature flag is ready for beta, like the beta is restricted beta. It's going to be just freemium instances and Martin Test Group, Newspread, etc. But yeah, then we're gonna GA probably February or so. It's pretty straightforward because you know we now have share calendar.
Yep.
The behavior is quite the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So coming back to this, invite teammate, and then this was a request to upgrade pop-up that I showed. Yeah. What is interesting? Yeah, this I think that was just like to show all the work that was done to date to make this possible. So there's that's like kind of a roadmap, but there is also like marketing and sales activities going on so that we can enable this whole thing. And so far we're tracking pretty well in all our goals. So that's kind of cool. Also, the two other things that will be useful for you is just to understand the motion
Yeah.
Of like who are these people, how we get them. So it's really like this. We acquire the visitor with some marketing activity like AdWords, like display, emails, etc. So the the companies who are signing up, some of them have never heard of Welcome before, right? So it's not like Newscred, former brand where they might be involved in some marketing program and then they sign up, so they have contacts, they know what we do, etc. So some of these guys don't even know what we do. They might think we are like a Monday.com or Asana product, or they might think like we are, I don't know, a support tool, whatever. So the education of this type of sign up is kind of different, but we hope the product, we are improving the product at least to make it the more straightforward, the more user friendly possible, so that even if they never heard of the platform, when they sign up, they get to understand what it does and how it can help their team to succeed. Okay.
Yep. Gotcha.
So then this is what the whole sign up flow that I shown. So this is where marketing and product work very closely to make this sign up successful. Then we have the activation. So this is product. I call it product pod, but it's basically Tommy, myself, and for now that's about it. Then we also qualify the visitor that now sign up. We qualify them to a PQL, so making sure they engage in the platform and that we can capture their needs and their potential, like their potential, how would you say that? Like future contract or future payment, because the end goal is definitely to send this lead to the sales and customer service, customer success, so that they become a customer, a paid customer. So just when you should never lose track that this whole work that we're doing is to acquire paid customer, to acquire user that come back every day, but also to make revenue out of it. So it's a big investment from our side, from product perspective, marketing, etc. But ultimately, it should drive revenue at the end of the day. And that's how we look at the.
Yeah. So basically, like on step 4 is where, like, I believe you, Tommy, or like anyone else that you're working with, like check the eligibility of the customer, right? Like whether they are like
Yep.
qualified enough to be converted to a full customer. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think as soon as they are in the 2, like in the step 2, we already get an idea if they're going to be like, if they are a big company, like large team. If it's just like a 3 user team, then we know the potential is not great.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the whole trade-off that we need to do. Like who we should prioritize to talk to, and how we can acquire more of the same user and less of the very, very small that have no budget. So that's the whole challenge.
Anji, one question. Like, I was just wondering if someone creates a free instance, do they have
Mhm.
like, is there any limitation involved in terms of timing, like for how long they can use that instance? Like,
Yeah. So for now there is no, because the marketing message was to say it's free forever.
okay. Oh, okay.
If you keep maximum of 5 user in your instance,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
So for now it's this. Like we were gonna monitor if there is any abuse, or if we see. I think like what's interesting is to look at, okay, let's look at some of the accounts that are very active. I mean, it's been 1 month, so it's really hard to know yet, but
True. True.
we
Yeah.
can do that exercise. For example, these guys, right? We know there are five or so team based in Malaysia and Singapore. They are using the platform almost every day. They're coming back every day. They're creating things. They're really using it. But right now we know they don't have a budget. But maybe that company is going to grow, and they're going to need 5 more users or something like that. So then we're gonna try to see if there is something to do here. But if they stay under the usage, and it doesn't cost us a lot to just maintain them, because tomorrow one of these 5 visitors might go to a bigger company, right? And then they will say, oh, I've in my former company I used that for free. I know they have a premium version. We should use it. This is like we all do that. We all want to work with tools that we used before. So I think that's also the nurturing part, where we want to keep people using it, because at some point you have like kind of a critical mass of users that are going to be your best referral and best ambassador.
Gotcha. Yep. Makes sense.
So also the other thing I wanted to show is more like it's another visualization. So this visualization is more from internal perspective, how we think of the user journey into like our different like touch point, marketing and product and sales and services. And of course, just like for support for your team, I think it's whenever they start touching the product right around here up to here, you might see those guys like evolving and asking different questions, etc. So just to show that it's very cross-functional work, it's impacting and involving the whole company. And so this visualization is more from the user perspective, when they first time visit the welcome software until they become a paid customer. Right, so we have a taxonomy for this. We call it visitor when they are browsing the welcome software website. We call them sign up user when they have created a new account. Active users when they start using it at least 3 days in a week. PQL, this is what I shared earlier. So like 5 campaigns, several tasks, or like inviting members, etc. And then paid customer, very straightforward, is when they start paying anything actually to get access to the platform. But that's really how we look at it, like a funnel that is, and we know, right, we need 100 people in this first step, so we get 20 in this second, 10 here, maybe 5, and maybe 1, right? And then this one is going to make the money that we're going to invest back into the first step, etc., etc. So that's where this motion is super interesting, because it's very scalable, very predictable as well, and it's based on the product, which is great. Okay.
Guys, any questions from here?
Yeah. Do you have any question? I think I have. I don't have any more slides, but I'm happy to answer any question.
I guess we are good.
It's a lot of information, but I hope it helps you to understand like what we do, how we look at this.
Yeah, for sure. It has been like really helpful and informative. I think it would be great if you could like maybe also like if possible share that deck with us, just for future reference. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's moving fast, so yeah, I can share it. And if you, yeah, Rubai, I'm going to share with you. Feel free to share it with the rest of the team.
Sure, thank you. And apart from Freemium, I think Anav was also telling me that like STM has also been like working on a few, I believe, like nifty features or like UX type stuff, right? Like and whatnot. So yeah.
So I think in terms of roadmap, yeah, we're always like I'm catching up with the product team, like Kat and Anthony, every week or so. So far there has not been like huge feature that we wanted to communicate, um, I would say outside of the product channel, product update, and then in the Pendo announcement. But yeah, we have, I would say, this invite user probably need a support tool. I would say also we have two big epic that are coming this quarter. One is a revamp of the calendar, the editorial and publishing calendar. We're
Right.
gonna revamp it, make it more visual. So this will probably require some update in the support role and some like just being aware of this.
Yeah.
There is also another one that is even bigger in terms of implication. So this is so it's still STM working on it. Neil will be the product manager, and this is around like taxonomy unification. So it's merging labels into custom fields.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
very very interesting work to remove friction in taxonomy in the platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are gonna have it's gonna have its own like go to market and communication. So we're gonna make sure you're always up to date on all this stuff. So
Thank you.
yeah, STM as a team, the goal is to, of course, make the self sign up users as successful,
Yep.
engaged, and we also have as a goal to work on all the friction um, that are not only for freemium users but also for our enterprise users. So it's big focus of this team.
Gotcha. Um, awesome. So Angie, one last question from my side. Um, so you were saying that like the calendar will be revamped, right? The editorial calendar. I believe like Lauren also like left a note I think earlier last night saying that the timeline calendar will be redesigned as well.
Yep.
So so I believe like this all falls under like the same line of work, right? Like the same umbrella.
No, which is interesting.
Okay.
Basically, timeline. Yeah, timeline is owned by the dominate the market team, and we're still considering where it will live because like, actually a timeline is a visualization. It's just like a table.
Yeah. True.
It's not a calendar, right? So we might make some changes on where this lives, and kind of I think one of the confusion is coming from for users is coming from the fact that when they look at the calendar, they
Yeah.
expect the filters, for example, to stick when you go to timeline. But these
Yeah.
are two different views that are showing different information, different time frame, etc. So yeah, we're definitely catching up, but it's not going to be the same work.
Same thing.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Gotcha. Yep. Yep. Looking forward to all of it. Thank you. Yeah, I think we are good to be honest. If the guys have no more questions left to be asked, then we can have like the remaining 15 minutes back. And
okay, cool.
yeah, like if you have any questions, I will make sure to like reach out to you or Tommy for counsel. And yeah, looking forward to like playing a more proactive role in terms of adoption, like getting those documentations done, helping our
Mhm.
customers along the way. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that would be great. And yeah, as I said, like any feedback, so don't feel free to reach out directly in the STM see the market channel as well. Yeah, anything we're happy to answer and to help as well. So,
Gotcha.
But the one thing I think we should highlight from the very beginning is if somebody reaches out to support about any sort of question relating to pricing or anything, just don't just close it out as a ticket and forward it directly to us. Or if there's a way to automate that process as you guys were suggesting.
Yeah.
yeah, I
I,
think
I
so. Just one caveat on this, like if it's a bug in the
right.
platform, you still want to to follow the bug thing. But yeah, if it's as Tommy mentioned, like
Yep.
pricing related, like unlocking modules, all these stuff
Yep.
that are more sales and customer success related, yeah, you can just forward it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think the first step to all of this would be like let me just take a stab at like probably setting up a trigger for you, Tommy, and Rafi as well, seeing that he leads the team from engineering standpoint. and,
Yep.
and that
Yep.
should like hopefully give you visibility on what the issue is.
Mm-hmm.
And then based on your collective counsel, we can then like proceed accordingly in the ticket, unless it's a bug, of course. um,
Yep.
so yeah, I will take a look at the trigger, and once I have like set it up or completed the configuration, I will let you guys know. Yep. Yep. That's all I had, to be honest. Thank you so much, Angie and Tommy,
Okay.
joining in. I guess the guys have no more questions. So yeah, the session has been recorded, so I will share it with everyone. And yeah, I will set up the trigger, let you
Okay.
guys know. And if you have any questions, we will reach out. Thank you.